Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome. Let's get settled in and grab your cup. Let's take a sip on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Let's talk about releasing judgment, because it can be very difficult when we judge ourselves, when we judge others, or when others judge us, right? And so today we're just really going to walk through that a little bit. How can we start letting go and releasing expectations of ourselves, of others, of that idea of judgment? The human side of us, the ego side, has this tendency to judge on someone's actions or behavior or belief systems, right? And a lot of those judgments really come from perception. It comes from the perception of what you've been taught, what you've been told, what you've connected to, and really finding your own space in this. So what's important about it is really owning who are you and what are you about and what are your true visions and how can we be open to others, right? Because we are all different. Even though we're all connected, we are different and we may look at something differently, or our experiences may be different. When we allow ourselves to be understanding of others, that yes, someone can have a different opinion or a viewpoint, and perhaps their behavior wouldn't be in alignment with you energetically. It's okay. We just have to learn how to maybe release that so that we don't hold on to it, so that we don't create judgment around it, because the judgment isn't going to do anything other than lower your vibration, right? It lowers your vibration. So even when you have judgment of yourself, which is so difficult, isn't it? Because we really self-criticize ourselves all the time. You know, you're more likely to tell yourself what you're not doing rather than give yourself the pat on the back for what you are doing. But remember, you know, it's about showing up for your life, showing up for you, and being gracious and kind to yourself, right? Because if you're not able to be kind to yourself, then how do we expect and anticipate others to be kind to us? Because we emit an energy. We emit this energy, this aura, we put it out there and it gets projected, right? So when we can own that energy and own it with pride and own it with confidence, even our quote unquote flaws, right? Even everything about us that, you know, we wish we could change, right? But we're learning and we're growing, and there's some things that, you know, we just have to learn how to accept about ourselves. But when we can do that fully, when we can release judgment about ourselves, when we can really step into our light, into our power, okay? Our power, you will start to see how much you are manifesting around you. You are going to manifest those relationships that are in alignment, those opportunities that are in alignment. You are going to manifest that feeling of fulfillment and abundance and joy and balance. And really, it's really the best hormone supplement we can find, right? Because we're going to feel at ease and at peace. So ask yourself, you know, what is it that you're judging yourself on, right? What is it you judge yourself on? Is it your looks? Is it your ability? Is it your motivation? Do you wish you were further along? Do you wish your relationship was different? Do you wish you were more fearless or less fearless? I don't know. But ask yourself, what is it I judge myself on? What is it I'm too hard on myself? And maybe I just need to be more gentle with myself, right? Now, ask yourself, do I find myself being judgy of others? In this spiritual community, it would be it's shocking how many people want to tell someone how to do something or have judgment about how they do it, when really we don't need to worry. Just stand in your power, stand in your light, really own who you are, emit that, because then again, that's the best tool we have, right? And so we just have to be patient with ourselves to kind of dig deep, be patient with ourselves to love ourselves, especially like if your body is ill and there's something going on, then we need that rest for the healing. Healing doesn't come from activity. Healing comes from rest. So just learn to just say, hey, I'm going to give it, even if it's baby steps, I'm going to give this 5 extra minutes today. I'm going to lay in 5 extra minutes today. Or, conversely, if you're feeling like you want things further along in your life in other areas, just sit there and say, hey, wait a second. I'm going to go ahead and give myself 5 minutes more of working towards my business, working towards my spiritual gifts. Be gentle. When we can be gentle of ourselves and be gentle of others, there really would be less agitation. You wouldn't be as frustrated. You wouldn't be as upset. You wouldn't be as disappointed. Just think about how the change it would create, right? And if there's something negative happening, just turn it off, right? We don't have to follow the negative people. We don't have to follow the negative energy, right? Just unfollow, don't watch it, turn it off. We have free will, which is the most spectacular part of this journey. Free will would really does so much for us. When you're looking at where you are, looking at, are you judging yourself too much? Are you being too hard? Right? Or do you need to give yourself a kick in the butt? Because that's always the case too. We could absolutely. But I think the most important part of today's talk is reflect. Look at what you have done. Look at how far you have come. Look at the accomplishments and the goals, and really just, remind yourself that you are doing it. You are doing it, right? And yeah, we might want it faster. We may want it a little different, but just being kind and gentle and loving of yourself and of others. Clearing judgment towards me at work. That's a tough one. I will say, I had years ago, right? Most of you know this, I think. But years ago when I was leaving my full-time job, there was so much judgment for what I did. There was so much judgment towards me pursuing my spiritual gifts, my spiritual passion. And it was very, very difficult. I mean, I would walk into the workplace and you could just feel those energy daggers coming at you. So I understand that feeling, and it would be really, really hard. And there would be days where I would just have to get up from my desk and walk around the block and reach out to a friend, to a mentor, to just say, hey, I'm really struggling. So I understand that, but I also understood that I have free will, and it was a very difficult choice, and it was a hard choice, but I learned to release that environment, that I had free will. I could not change the judgment they had for me, but what I could change is my judgment towards another. Ask yourself, what is it? You may not be able to change another, but what can you change about yourself or your life to bring you more peace, to bring you more joy, to release the judgment and stand in your power? If those daggers are coming at you, and whether that's from family, from work, from circumstances, from jealousy, right? From the spiritual community, regardless of where those daggers are coming from. Stand in your power, because when you are in your power, when you are fully in sync with your power and plugged in, those daggers are just going to bounce off of you. They're not going to have an impact. They're not going to be able to penetrate, okay? And really, give yourself that power to say, hey, wait a second. Would I invite this person into my home? If you would not invite them into your home, do not invite them into your social media life, right? You don't have to. There's no rule like, oh, well, if I unfriend this person, I may upset. Don't worry about it. This is your life. This is your experience. This is your journey, right? This is your journey. When we put ourselves out there, push yourself out there with joy, with pride, with confidence, okay? No, not everyone is going to be your cup of tea. And you are not going to be everyone's cup of tea, right? We all got that. We all know that. So stop trying to be tea and let's just be coffee, okay? Find your coffee tribe, okay? Like, there you go. But just know that you are loved. You are loved unconditionally. You are loved unconditionally by spirit, by the universe. You are loved unconditionally. So just feel so good about that, right? Feel strong about that. Look in the mirror, and no matter what is going on in your life, just say, you know what? Spirit's got my back. And they're going to put you guys, I mean, here's the thing. People say, oh, Spirit's got my back, but then why do I have this obstacle to overcome? Why am I dealing with this person or this situation, right? Because Spirit has your back, and they are helping you through a lesson. They are helping you through a situation, through growth, through transparency, through vulnerability, through, fighting for your true self, fighting for your higher self, fighting for your purpose. And the way we are taught to help others is by how Spirit teaches us. All right? So every experience you have, whether we like it or not, which is difficult, really at the end of the day helps us grow and helps us evolve as a person and as a soul. Okay? So that is your coffee with Colby for today. All right. It's not your tea for the day. It's your coffee for the day. So just remember that. Okay. Lots of events coming up. I have Courtney Hanson on the show this week. Going to be amazing. Really, really special guest. And that's going to be a lot of fun. We have the circles coming up. We have the spiritual business, psychic masterclass. There's so much happening. You could check it all out at colbyrebel.com. If you're not following my Facebook, please follow it. Follow. This way you'll get all the notifications and you won't miss a thing, okay? Lots of love to you. Remember to shine your light and shine it bright, everyone. Have a great day. Bye, everybody. Thank you, guys. Bye, everyone.